We've been doing a lot of work on looking at the economics of the benefits that we deliver, and a recent piece of work we've done has indicated that we're at this point in our really early trajectory in healthcare. We're having about a $1 billion positive impact on healthcare spending through improved efficiencies and better patient outcomes.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Alcidion Group Managing Director and CEO, Kate Quirke. Kate, very good to meet you. For viewers not familiar with the company, could you give us a brief introduction to the business?
Sure, thank you. Lovely to meet you. Yes, Alcidion is an Australian listed entity. We operate across Australia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom at the moment, and we're very focused on health informatics and how we can use technology and data to improve the efficiency of healthcare delivery and improve patient outcomes effectively.
Let's talk about your Miya Precision platform. What sets that apart in the growing marketplace for digital health solutions, both in hospitals and also in clinical settings?
Well, health has traditionally been a little slow, I think, when compared to some other industries in terms of uptake of digital technology, and there's lots of reasons for that. But in the last sort of 5 to 10 years, we've started to see the digitisation of data in healthcare, and that's really played to Alcidion's strengths. We have a platform approach to consolidating that digital data into a single environment on our platform called Miya Precision. And then we have around 16 or so modules at the moment that are designed to support addressing very particular issues in healthcare, and we're very flexible, therefore, about the market, the go-to-market options we have available. But ultimately, the platform's it's modern, it's cloud-enabled, and it's really designed for doctors who've grown up with technology, doctors and nurses and clinicians who are used to using technology but have high expectations about how easy technology should be to use. So we're really effectively taking the investments that have been made in the last 10 years and now using that data to improve, patient outcomes.
And can you tell us the tangible impact your technology platform is making in healthcare settings?
Look, we really have been focused. Most of our sort of reason for being or purpose has been around improving patient safety, and therefore, if you get better patient outcomes, you end up with better efficiencies and lower costs to deliver healthcare. We do that by supporting clinical decision making, by using surfacing data to clinicians that helps them make quicker decisions and better decisions every day. We tend to refer to it as augmented intelligence rather than artificial intelligence, because in particular you want doctors engaged in the decision making. We're very focused on improved efficiency. So data in healthcare tells you that the data in our platform tells you where the bottlenecks are in healthcare. So, today we've got people walking around hospitals with clipboards or spreadsheets, counting the number of beds, working out who should be leaving the healthcare system. Using Miya Precision, we are actually surfacing that data into a centralised system, and we can then target areas of efficiency that we need to make. So how do you get more patients out of the hospital when they're ready to go home? What's blocking patients? If you get patients freed up out of their beds, more patients out of ED can move to beds, and then that frees up ambulances that need to be dropping people off into ED. So it's really about how do you flow people through the system. We've been doing a lot of work on looking at the economics of the benefits that we deliver, and a recent piece of work we've done has indicated that we're at this point in our really early trajectory in healthcare. We're having about a $1 billion positive impact on healthcare spending through improved efficiencies and better patient outcomes.
Your business model is dependent on high-value, long-term service contracts. Can you explain your expanding market footprint to date in Australia and also globally?
Sure. Look, I mean, we are a platform play, so most of our revenue is actually coming from subscription or annually recurring revenue. A feature of contracts in healthcare is that they take a long time to win, but once you have won them, it's really common for them to be in place for 10 or 20 years. It takes effort to enact change in healthcare, but once you've done it and they've adopted solutions such as ours that are making really positive impact, they generally don't go back. The churn is very low. And we've been expanding our footprint steadily across all geographies. The modular nature of what we do allows us to be pretty flexible and change with political change, with budget changes, and so forth. And that's really allowed us to address increase our total addressable market. Today, we're really active in patient flow, hospital in the home, emergency department management, electronic noting. But as we see things change and the markets that we are in mature, the modular platform nature of what we do will allow us to continue to evolve. And you might see that being into areas like social care and aged care and how we help to improve, that area of service as well.
So another new geography for the company. You've just announced a deal with Northern Adelaide Local Health Network. So this is your first deployment of Miya Precision in South Australia. Could you give us a few details of the deal?
Yeah, of course. Look, expanding to new territories is always exciting, but it's particularly so for this one because we were founded in Adelaide. We have a very large team there who are excited to be able to deploy in their home state. Equally, though, important, I think, is that the opportunity it gives us to demonstrate how we can add value to the investment South Australia has already made. They have digitised a lot of their underlying paper records. And now with Alcidion coming into Northern Adelaide, we can demonstrate how we can use that data to improve patient care and improve processes. We all know we've got an ageing population and we can't build enough hospitals to cater for that, or enough aged care beds for that matter. And people, quite frankly, would rather be in the home. So we're really looking forward to how we can work with South Australian Health to start to change the way in which healthcare is delivered.
Kate, what else can investors look forward to in the near future?
Look, we're already deployed across a large number of regions, Northern Territory, a number of agencies in Victoria, but there is still a lot of scope, not only in Australia and New Zealand, but in the NHS. I'm in the UK at the moment, visiting a number of our NHS customers. The feature of what we do with Miya Precision is that what we get back in terms of feedback is that doctors and nurses love it and they really want to use it. And that's not something you generally hear about IT systems, particularly in healthcare. So, I'm here now looking at how we continue to expand the use of our capabilities across the NHS and also other territories with aligned types of healthcare systems, such as Canada. The opportunities are there to replicate what we're doing in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. Every time we add a new customer, such as North Adelaide, we're adding to the recurring revenue baseline we have, which already stands at over 130 million for the next 5 years. We're currently finalising a large NHS contract, which will add another 30 to 40 million more to that number. And so in essence, we've got the technology that the healthcare system needs now. And as we see the uptake rate increasing, we'll be able to see, the value in companies such as Alcidion expanding as the use of the platform expands.
Okay, so I hope you'll keep us posted on any progress you make. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Definitely. Thank you too.
That's Alcidion Group Managing Director and CEO Kate Quirke.